Hello and what's up guys? In this video, something truly unsettling is unfolding across northern Nigeria and the details coming out are raising more questions than answers. Arise News sat down with Bayo Onanuga and what he revealed would leave you wondering what's really going on behind the scenes. Right now, communities are still shaking after mass abductions, from the hundreds taken in Papiri, Niger State, to the church members in Kwara who only just returned home after days in captivity. Yet the biggest shock is this: security personnel allegedly know the bandits operating in that axis, and still these attacks continues. Even worse, there are claims that school authorities aren't cooperating, that names of missing children aren't being released, and that a principal has simply disappeared. Meanwhile, President Tinubu has ordered 30,000 new police recruits and pulled officers off VIP duty to face the insecurity head-on. But with villages left unprotected, soldiers leaving posts just minutes before attacks, and confusion everywhere, many Nigerians are asking, is this enough? Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
So, following recent mass abductions in northern Nigeria, security concerns are continuing to rise, especially in the barren scrublands of the northwest, where the villages are hardly big enough to appear on the map. It is there that the most dangerous bandits and terrorists have made their home, and from where they carry out many of their audacious attacks. Like so many criminal groups across the world, they move under cover of darkness and disappear into the dangerous and inhospitable terrain. And this time they vanished along with hundreds of the lost children of St. Mary's Catholic School in Papiri, Niger State. The missing include 12 members of staff and dozens of nursery and primary school children. So many conflicting reports about what happened that night, even as news emerged that some of the kidnapped children had bravely escaped from the clutches of their captors. A search and rescue operation is ongoing for the remaining students and teachers. One imagines the hell they've been forced to stare into. But it wasn't just Niger State. Abductions have taken place across the north in just the past week, and schools in a number of northern states have been ordered to close. Meanwhile, after a week in captivity, 38 people abducted during a church service in Eruku in Kwara State were freed on Sunday. And in response to the escalating security crisis, President Tinubu has approved the recruitment of 30,000 additional police officers and ordered the redeployment of officers currently protecting VIPs to frontline duties. But against the unrelenting forces of terror that have shattered many communities, how much is this move likely to bolster Nigeria's defenses? How much hope can we embody in it? Well, let's get the perspective of the government, and for this I'm joined in the studio by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga. Thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Thank you very much and good evening.
Good evening to you. Yeah. First of all, what can you tell us about how the 38 worshippers at that church in Eruku, Kwara State were rescued?
Well, I think after the incident happened and the DSS and the military were involved in the rescue efforts. I think they got in contact with the bandits to release those people unarmed. And I think finally on Sunday, they were able to get them out unarmed.
So they basically know who they are?
Well,
and, because when you say rescue them,
yeah,
did they actually physically go there and get them out?
The security people, they, well, at the risk of revealing how they do their work, they do have a way of tracking these people.
Right.
So they know what's going on at any point in time. What sometimes restrains them from going after them is the risk of collateral damage.
Of course.
They go about abducting our people and they use them as shield so that they will not be attacked. So they don't just want to be attacking them, they need to be sure that they are not using our people as a kind of a shield.
But if the government did not attack them in order to rescue these people, how did they get them released? Because I mean, it seems almost...
They got in contact with them?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it seems almost perverse for the people to abduct people and then a few days later release them.
They have a way of contacting them.
You mean they paid them money?
Not paying them. They know the risk. If they keep those people with them and they're saying release them, they know that the next thing will be for the government to embark on a kinetic action and attack their base.
Yeah, but they killed people
But
at
that's
the
risky.
church.
But that's risky.
That makes
if
them
you attack their
criminals.
base, you can kill those.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
But I mean, what people are curious to know, because it is not the government who are directly under threat, it's the people. And the people have to know how you go about doing these things in order to shore up their own defense.
I think that's left for the security people to discover. What I know is that they contacted them to release those they have abducted.
And they just acquiesced, did they?
Because they know the consequence of not acquiescing to government demand, that they should release, let those people go, so that, because they know that the consequence is that the government will come and pummel them.
But does that mean that some kind of a deal was done then to say, because I mean those people killed people, so technically they are, I mean, they should be arrested, tried and prosecuted and face the full wrath of the law.
The first thing that government has to do is to get those people freed.
Right.
And government has achieved its objective. As for the next level of action, it's left for the security people to take. I don't want to second guess them. They know what they have to do. They've taken the precaution to make sure that at least they retrieve those people from them. That's the first thing. So the next line of action is left with, I don't want to be talking about.
And that is all
issues.
the people who were abducted?
All of them.
Right, all 38 of them. Right. Okay, let's move on from there. What do you know for certain about what happened at that Catholic boarding school in Niger State on Friday? And is there now certainty about the number of people who were kidnapped and the number who have escaped?
Well, the 51 people or students who the the CAN chairman in Niger said had been, I use the word recovered. They were not captured by anybody. I learned when the bandits came in the night, the students were running helter skelter, and some of them just nearly ran back to their homes and to go to their parents. So when they first gave the figure of 200, they nearly said 215, later they said 315, and then later they now say, oh, they've seen 51. They said 50, but the figure goes that they have 51 of them had been united with their parents and so on. As at the moment, up till now, the authorities, they are in the dark as to how many people are really missing. The Niger State government or governor asked for the list of students that are missing. Up to now, I don't know what kind of game that the CAN bishop or the CAN chairman in Niger is playing. They are not collaborating with the government. I don't know why they are doing that.
Well, that's inexcusable, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why they are doing that. Even the security men, they don't know why they are doing that. Why they are not releasing the names. They want to know how many people are really missing. But as of now, nobody really knows, because the CAN bishop, I will keep calling bishop, he was a bishop, but the CAN chairman in Niger actually told the principal of that school not to talk to the security people. So that is what is happening in Niger. In fact, today, if you read the paper, the governor was saying that nobody is sure what's really happened in that place. And that as of now, it's all speculation that students are missing. Because I said they are not releasing the figure. They are not releasing the names of the people, that the students that are missing.
Well, I think that might be taking it a stretch too far to suggest that there aren't any children missing. I mean, you said it's speculation.
No. What I'm saying, I didn't say, I said the governor, I was quoting the governor saying that because the school, I said, is not collaborating. It's not helping the government. You said students are missing, let's have their names. You have the register. Let us have their names. Let's know what we are looking for. As of now, I said there's the CAN chairman of Niger is not helping government. It's not helping the security.
Could that be because the government came out firing at them at the outset? Because, I mean, the government said they had told them to close the school and they failed to do that.
Most kidnappings that happen in our country, the DSS normally gets intelligence and they warn that XYZ could happen. That's what happened in the case of Maga in Kebbi. They had intelligence that these people could eat the school. And in fairness to the governor of the state, he called a security meeting and it was agreed that soldiers should deploy to that state, to the school. They went there, but mysteriously, as the governor also found out, at 4 a.m. on Monday, they left the school. And just some minutes after, the bandits stormed the school and took away the children. So the governor, as I said, I'm quoting the governor, he suspected some sabotage. That who was the person who asked the soldiers to leave the school?
But the president must have been briefed on that.
Yeah, of course, the president has been briefed. And I can assure you that even the military authorities are probing what really went wrong.
And there
Why
will be
did they leave?
there will be consequences.
They've already arrested all of them.
Right.
They've arrested all of them. They need to explain why did they leave the school
Indeed.
at that moment in time.
And reporters who are there in Niger State, adding to the point that you're making, say they've spoken to the parents of many of the children who've been abducted, and none of them have confirmed being reunited with their children, the ones who've supposedly escaped. So there seems to be a lot of confusion and uncertainty still.
You see, the school and the Khan of Niger, they need to come clean about some of these things. The government wants to help, but you are trying to keep information away from government. What for?
Yeah, but
what
in those
what is really the agenda
circumstances,
of Khan?
In those circumstances, the government has a right to forcibly get that information out of them, doesn't
No,
it?
what allowed was this. The governor of the state, the government, let me say the governor, the government of the state, when they had intelligence that they were going to attack schools in the state, they told school proprietors to shut down schools. But this school, they don't shut down. And this didn't happen. According to what I learned from the security briefing that Mr. President had, the school was not saying they didn't send them a memo, a written memo that they shut down the school. What kind of thing is that? The authority can give a verbal instruction.
Of course.
It's an emergency.
In such a situation.
Yeah, can give,
Yeah,
but they're saying they didn't have any written memo to close down the school. But some of the schools shut down on the basis of what government told them to do. So,
and this is,
as I said, the issue in Niger is for the Khan. I don't know. As I said, I don't know why they are playing the game they are playing. Let them collaborate with the DSS, with the military authorities, with the government of Niger State. Reveal to them, give them the list of the students that are missing. Let them even know, oh, okay, we have 100 students, we have 200 students that are missing, so they can know what to do next. But everybody's in the dark.
well, they've given interviews both, I mean, internationally and everywhere, basically giving the figures and the numbers. They've talked to a lot of reporters.
In Kebbi, that was a list. When the incident happened, the military people produce a list of the missing students. They know who they're looking for. But in the case of Niger, I said, the Khan, I don't know the game the Khan is playing, the Khan of Niger, I'm not saying Khan nationally,
Yes.
the Khan of Niger and the school, the game they are playing. Let them help the authority, let them help.
But surely the authorities have the right and the responsibility in a situation of criminality that has taken place.
I just told you that.
I mean, to get the information, to extract that information.
The DSS went to the school. The principal has disappeared.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah, the principal has disappeared. So only the Khan chairman, who speaks for the state, has been speaking.
That is really quite bizarre.
So it's, for the security, they find it very strange, really, that they are not cooperating. Why are they not cooperating? What is the agenda? Do they want to use it to lure Mr. Trump to come and bomb Nigeria or something like that?
And this is, of course, one of the largest mass abductions of students in this country. And I mean, listening to you talk, I imagine it is of great concern and sorrow for you. We've heard that people who've taken these students are likely to be bandits who are likely to ask for a ransom payment. Has any such ransom demand been received?
As far as I know, no.
And no indication of who they are?
Well, I said the security people, they know all the bandits that are operating that axis. They know them. They know them. So
what about their location? Is that known as well?
They know. I don't want to be talking about the way they do their work, but I said they know all the gangsters operating along that route.
So why can't they destroy them before they go and attack these places? I don't understand why they have to kind of wait.
Collateral damage. Look, our people are living around where they operate. So you can't just go there. Look, something happened some years ago in, I think, Borno State. Ran. Even in somewhere, I think Sokoto or so, when the military thought they had the right satellite connection or something, that they went to bomb somewhere, only to find out
yes, we heard
they bombed the wrong people.
Yeah. And
they need to be very careful that in the course of chasing these bandits, they don't go and bomb innocent Nigerians.
Yeah, but you just said they know where they are.
I said, no, they know where they operate. They know where they operate.
Right. So basically, you don't really have a clue at this stage, and I mean you, not you in particular, but the government in general, about how to deal with this. I mean, that's the way it sounds.
Government has a clue. I said, in the case of Niger, let the school authorities, let them even tell the security people, these are the people missing. So they know they have a picture of what the problem they really want to deal with.
Yeah, but you have a picture. I mean, everybody knows that according to the
according
school,
to the CAN chairman, they said,
more
okay,
than 300
give us
people
the names. Give us the names. They don't want to give us the names. Why? What are they hiding?
Yeah, but what about the people who've been reported to have escaped? I
They
mean,
didn't escape.
no, what I
They
mean
didn't
is
escape from the bandits.
who hid away
They
from
were
them.
not. Nobody took them away.
Right, okay.
They ran the escalator and they ran to their parents.
Right, okay. The president says he's approved the redeployment of police from VIPs to the protection of sort of threatened sites. Do you know where they're being sent to, those police that are
No, it's a matter of details for the police authorities to work out. What the president was concerned with is basically that in fact, let me give you an example. One day we traveled from Kano to Dutse, about 2 hours on the very good road. Along that stretch, we only saw one police vehicle. So it means from Kano to Dutse, once you leave Kano and you are facing Dutse, most of the areas there are ungoverned. So no security presence, no police, nothing.
Well, the reason I'm asking you that is because, I mean, I'm wondering where they're being sent to, because we're hearing from people...
Many of our, like Eruku, when that incident happened, how many policemen were in Eruku? I think I landed either 3 or 4. So they could do nothing.
Yeah.
Either 3 or 4. So with 3, in fact, I think, and I learned they had, out of the 3 or 4, they had only 1 rifle.
That is bizarre. But that's also, that's a problem of the government.
It's a real problem. So whereas you have our policemen, including anti-riot policemen or something, protecting big men in Nigeria, and they are fully armed. Why can't you send them?
Yeah, but you're saying this as though you're suddenly realizing that this is what has been going. I mean, it's been going on for a long time.
Because if you want to fight all these crimes, you really need to have number, and we have number. We have policemen, not even enough, but we have number. Let's even deploy them to areas, vulnerable areas where they are most needed, and that's what government is doing. So we have policemen. I read a paper today. I say about 100,000 policemen are guarding VIPs. 100,000, that will make a lot of difference.
Yeah,
if you share them out to vulnerable areas.
Indeed.
Along that axis of Northwest, if you send them there, they will really help.
Absolutely, because we're actually hearing from people in that Papiri community in Niger State, where these abductions took place, that security is still non-existent there. I mean, there are no checkpoints or any evidence of heightened security in that area. We've talked to reporters who are there. We're sending our own reporters there. And the expectation is that following such an attack, there'd be security personnel all over the place, gathering evidence, talking to people, but apparently this hasn't happened. And we're also hearing that the governments, both federal and state, have not visited that area. I mean, why is that?
Well, I'm aware that the Niger people have been there.
They said they went to a neighboring community. They didn't go to that specific community.
Even the DSS sent, I said they went there, they went to the school. The DSS went to the school. They went to the school, they visited the place. The military went to the school, they visited the place.
Why are they... I mean, we're hearing of new abductions. ISWAP apparently abducted around a dozen female farmers in Borno State.
Let me say something about security generally.
I mean, why is it such a challenge for the government and the security force?
Let me say something about security. Yeah. Some of the things that the president is thinking about to tell Nigerians. In fact, if you read the National Defense Policy, whatever they call it, security is the job of all Nigerians, all of us. So, if 12 teenagers are going to the farm to harvest, I think they should tell the JTF or something that they are going, you know, these people will not come and capture one person. They want number. So if you are more than 1 or 2, you are going somewhere, let the security know that you are going somewhere. So they can give you protection. Not just go there and then you become a sitting duck and somebody will just come and say, hey, all of you, yeah, follow me. Everybody should be conscious of security in this country. Everybody, all of us. Even at our individual level, me, where I stay in Lagos, I'm very conscious of security. I know that I need to protect myself, and I make sure that I do everything possible to make sure that if you want to attack me, you will need to sweat. You need to break so many things to get to where I live. So people should take it seriously. Everybody, it's not the job of
people in remote areas.
It's not the job of Bola Tinubu alone. It's the responsibility of all Nigerians. We need to take our security very, very
Indeed,
seriously.
but it is the primary responsibility of the government.
And I was saying,
that's the whole constitutional reason why they're there.
Why would 12 teenagers go to the farm and just leave their security in the hands of nature.
Well, let me read you this from the Catholic Archbishop Emeritus of Abuja, John Cardinal Onaiyekan. He was speaking on Arise News at the weekend, and I'm paraphrasing him. He says, and he's talking about your government, "You fought for our votes with promises. You say we voted for you, so now do the work. Keep us safe. You have all the money of Nigeria at your disposal. Instead of always defending yourselves that there is nothing particularly wrong in Nigeria and that there is nothing taking place here that isn't happening in other countries, the government should tell the truth and agree that things are not good, because all the denials aren't helping this country at all and are not reflecting the mood of the millions of Nigerians who are living in constant fear and anxiety, not to talk of the millions who have suffered from insurgents, bandits, and violent criminals. Whether they are Muslims or Christians is another matter, but nobody can dispute the fact that Nigerians are being killed." What's your reaction to that?
Of course, this government has never denied that Nigerians are being killed. This government is very much concerned about the killings going on, well, not in all parts of the country, in some parts of the country. And as I said, the government has been doing whatever is possible to stem all these killings. It's not the government is not concerned. Anybody who says government is not concerned is not saying the truth.
Yeah, but you see, you're always very
moderate
in your assessment and the way you communicate. But there are people in your government who are in pole position and are not are constantly denying that there is a problem. I'll give you one example. The same cardinal was talking about how the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, came to the bishops' conference recently and was telling them how everything is now okay in Nigeria with security and all the rest, and nothing could be further. And we've heard him on television making these very loud, very sort of, huge sort of pronouncements of how things have been, they've crushed the terrorists and all the rest of it. And nothing could be further from the truth. And these bishops were wondering, what Nigeria is this man talking about? What planet is he on? Because surely it ain't planet Earth.
Well, what has happened so far as, I think even for the NSA, we force him to do a reality check. I think really, is Nigeria really having a good everywhere? No. It's clear that we still have problems. This war about banditry or terrorism is it's an asymmetric war. We are dealing with people who don't follow convention. They do things. They want to embarrass you as much as possible. They want to bomb soft targets. That's why they go to schools and capture our children. They want to anywhere that is open. They just want to go there and make sure do maximum damage, maximum embarrassment to the military and the police authorities, that they can cause anything that we embarrass, that we reverberate all over the place, and people say, oh, there are problems in Nigeria. I said, this government has never said, I know that since all these things blew open, nobody has said, I know all those people have been speaking of government have been saying, we have problems. We know that we have problems. Well, the president said it, that we have problems. We know we have been having problems of killings and so on, but we are making efforts to ensure that we stem all these things. And government is really, I say, truly making efforts.
Is the president going to talk to Nigerians about it? I mean, we've heard they've concluded discussions with the Americans in America. Are we going to be told, is the president going to address the nation and say what is going on?
I think he will do so very soon.
Okay.
Do so very soon.
I hope so.
Yeah, he will.
And we're always grateful to you for coming in.
Yeah,
thank you very much indeed.
In the wake of the latest mass abductions in northern Nigeria, concerns over nation's security architecture continue to intensify. The recent attacks in Niger State, particularly the abductions of pupils and staff of St. Mary's Catholic School in Papiri, have once again exposed the vulnerability of many rural communities scattered across the northwest, operating from remote scrublands and moving largely under the cover of the night. Armed groups have carried out repeated raids on schools, churches and farming settlements. Their latest operation left hundreds unaccounted for, although some students who initially fled during the chaos were later confirmed to have returned home. Despite these developments, significant confusion persists. Conflicting reports from community leaders, school authorities and state officials have made it difficult to determine the exact number of victims still in captivity. According to the Niger State government, efforts to obtain a comprehensive list of missing students have been hindered by a lack of cooperation from certain local authorities, further complicating the rescue operations already underway. This wave of adoptions is not isolated. Over the past week alone, attacks have been reported across multiple northern states, prompting school closures and widespread fear. Yet there have been glimmers of relief 38 worshippers kidnapped during a church service in Kwara State were released after a week in captivity. According to the Special Advisor to the President on Informational Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, security agencies were able to secure their freedom without direct confrontation, stressing that such engagements often depend on avoiding collateral damage and safeguarding hostages used as human shield. However, the broader concerns remains if security agencies know the identities and operational zones of these bandit groups. As Mr. Onanuga acknowledged, why has it been so difficult to neutralize these threats before they strike? Many communities continue to question the pace and consistencies of government's response, especially in areas where military or police presence is minimal or non-existent. The federal government insists it is taking decisive steps. President Tinubu has approved the recruitment of 30,000 additional police officers and ordered the redeployment of officers assigned to VIP protection back to frontline duty. The intention is to strengthen security presence in vulnerable regions where in many cases only a handful of officers, sometimes armed with just a single rifle, have been responsible for defending entire communities. Nevertheless, this crisis highlights deep structural challenges. Inadequate intelligence coordination, community mistrust, and long-standing logistical gaps have left many Nigerians feeling exposed. Religious leaders have urged the government to acknowledge the severity of the situation and communicate transparently with the public. And while officials maintain that efforts are ongoing, the demand for clearer action, clearer strategy, and clearer accountability continues to grow. For now, rescue operations across Niger State and other affected regions remain active. Families await word on the fate of their loved ones, and the nation watches closely to see whether recent promises will translate into tangible security improvements. Thank you for staying with NaijaStarNews. As we continue to monitor these developments, we encourage you to share your thoughts in the comment section. Your insights help shape the national conversation. If you found this analysis informative, please subscribe and turn on your notification so you don't miss our upcoming reports. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.